Mariana wakes up and looks to the side and sees her fiancé Isaac lying there. She will wake him up. Love, love, Isaac, wake up, hey, go wake up. She looks to the other side and sees a woman. Then she says, who is she? Isaac simply says, silence, I want to sleep. Mariana says, how can you think of sleeping with another in my bed? Isaac says, don't talk like that, you're going to offend her. Mariana, she's just the bar dancer. Ariana takes the pillow and gives it to Isaac with a pillow and says, and what is she doing in my bed? Isaac then wakes up and says, relax, Mariana, I just went to a bachelor party. I had too much to drink and then Jennifer had nowhere else to go, so I told her she could come over here. Mariana says, and what were you thinking when you let her come here? Isaac says, calm down, Mariana. At that moment, the waiter Bruno arrives with their breakfast and wonders about the situation. Isaac tells Mariana, drink coffee and relax, calm down a little. Mariana Brava says, we are about to get married and you do this to me, Isaac. Mariana leaves very angry. Isaac hugs Jennifer and goes back to sleep. Bruno takes it and says, I'll leave breakfast here, and leave breakfast there and go. Mariana goes downstairs and asks Bruno for a beer. Bruno then takes it and brings Mariana the beer. Mariana says, thank you very much, and also thank you for opening the restaurant earlier so I could come here. Bruno says, yeah, but you're getting married, right? I realized that everything was fine for you, but what happened? Mariana says, I was even going to get married again. I don't know if it's really worth marrying him. In which city are you watching this story right now? Mariana keeps talking. After everything I've seen, I don't even know if I want to get married. Everything was fine. Everything was ready for the wedding on Saturday, but I don't even know if there will be another wedding. Bruno says, this marriage thing is really complicated, but if you want to talk about it, I'm here. Mariana says, in fact, our story is common like many others. We've known each other since we were children. He's the son of a friend of our family, and we ended up growing up together. We spent most of our time together at school, at daycare, in everything we did together, so I thought it was right. I believe that my family also, because he is so strict about relationships, it would be right for me and him to get married and stay together. My parents ended up passing away and I was alone. They didn't have anyone, but Isaac always he was there with his family. It was at that moment that I decided to marry him, which would be the right way to thank him for everything he has done to me. And it was the relationship I had with him since I was a child that ended up making me fond of him. But after everything that happened today, I had to stop and think if he really is the right person. Mariana says, so that's my story. As I've known Isaac since I was a little girl, we grew up together, we ended up getting involved and there was a feeling between us, and after my parents passed away he was by my side. Bruno says, it's very complicated, isn't it? Mariana says, and you tell me more about your story, Bruno. Bruno says, there really isn't much to talk about, because I've only recently moved here. Because before I started working here, I lived in another city with my parents, so I ended up deciding to live alone and I came here for a month now, and I am really enjoying working here. There are only a few days, but it's a very good place to work, you see a lot, but other than that. Mariana says, I imagine how much fun it must be to work here, because it's a very popular place. But Bruno, tell me more about yourself. Are you married and single? He doesn't get a little embarrassed and says, I'm single without Mariana. I'm still looking for someone, a beautiful and intelligent person just like you. Mariana laughs and says, you're going to embarrass me, Bruno. Bruno says, do you agree to dance with me, Mariana? What are you guys thinking about this story? And after Bruno invited Mariana to dance with him, Mariana gets a little embarrassed and says, but Bruno doesn't even have music here. Bruno says, "Worry about that, Mariana, just come and let the moment take you." Then Mariana gets up to dance with Bruno. They spend hours there talking, dancing, and laughing. They don't even notice the time passing. Bruno and Mariana follow him dancing and drinking a lot and let themselves be carried away by the moment. The two got carried away and ended up getting very drunk. And they went to Mariana's room and the two of them slept there. The next morning, Bruno wakes up with a lot of headaches. Adriana wakes up soon after and is very scared. She sees that Bruno is beside her sleeping and says, "But what happened here?" Bruno says, "Relax, Mariana, nothing happened. We didn't see the time pass yesterday, so it got very late and I ended up feeling really bad and I ended up staying here. And I couldn't leave you alone because you were so upset." Mariana says, "But then you decided to sleep here in my bed with me? Did something happen between you and me, Bruno?" Bruno says, "Don't worry, nothing happened. And regarding me sleeping here with you, I'm sorry I even lay on your sofa, but it was very uncomfortable, so I decided to lie down here, but right here in the corner of the bed, so as not to get close to you." Mariana says, "Oh yes, then it's good." Bruno says, "Look, I decided to stay right here because you were very upset, so I didn't think it was right after everything you've taken to leave you here alone. But look at Mariana. I have to confess it was a really good night, even though we were drunk. I had so much fun. I had never had so much fun. It was the best night I've spent in my life so far." Mariana says, "But you don't even know me well, Bruno. How can you say that it was the best night you had, and according to you nothing happened here?" Bruno says, "I'm sorry, maybe you've been misinterpreting, Mariana. I wanted to say that it's been a few years since I had as much fun as that person. It was really nice to talk to you and get to know you a little more." At that moment, Isaac comes in and is very surprised to see Bruno there in bed with Mariana. He looks at Mariana and says, "What is this, Mariana?" Scared Mariana says, "But what are you doing here, Isaac?" Isaac says, "I came here to see if you were ready for the wedding, but from what I saw you were having a bachelor party, right? But that's okay, I thought it was going to be worse, but you went straight away to make that farewell with a waiter? Alright, let's leave this behind and get ready as soon as it's almost time for our wedding." Mariana, laughing, looks at Isaac and says, "Get married? Do you think that after everything that's happened, because of everything you've done to me, I'm going to marry you? I believe you're still thinking that I'm going to marry you. Honestly, I didn't think you were so shameless." Isaac says, "Stop on that subject, Mariana. After all, you also had your bachelor party. That's normal, everyone does, so get up and get ready as soon as I'm waiting for you to marry me." Bruno speaks, "Is it so hard for you to understand that she doesn't want to marry you?" Isaac says, "Who are you to say something? You're nothing more than a waiter here in this hotel. You think she's going to give up marrying me to stay with you like money to buy a snack for her? So I think it's good that you're fine. Keep quiet and don't get involved in this, because it's my thing and Mariana's, because you're a fool." He's deluded himself, because you're nothing more than entertainment for Marian, nothing more than that. Now that's enough talking, Mariana, get ready, and I'll wait for you downstairs. Isaac leaves the room. Mariana says to Bruno, "I'm sorry for Isaac's words, it was really a mistake. I shouldn't have put you in the middle of this mess. I'm sorry for everything." She gets up and says, I need to go, because I need to get ready for the wedding. If we'll see later. She gets up and goes to get ready for her wedding. Mariana has to get ready and stay there waiting for her fiancé's sake. Bruno is there organizing the hall for the wedding. When Mariana arrives at Bruno and says, I want to apologize for everything that happened, and I'm sorry once again that involving you in this was not my intention. And I let it go that day at the restaurant because I was really bad and I ended up feeling attracted to you. But I hope you understand that Isaac has been my fiancé since they were little, so I need to marry him. Bruno says, Don't worry, Mariana, I know that maybe everything was a mistake. You don't need to explain yourself, because today is your day, it's your wedding day, and don't worry about me. Bruno take it and leave. Isaac arrives and says, Now yes, love, I'm happy to see you dressed as a bride. Today we're finally going to get married and move on with our lives. Mariana says, I don't want to marry you, Isaac, after everything you did to me. You took another to sleep in the same bed I was with you. Isaac says, Stop it, Mariana, that was just fun. Mariana takes him and slaps him in the face and leaves. Mariana goes looking for Bruno. On the way she meets Jennifer. Jennifer tells her, I wanted to apologize for that day, I didn't want to have ruined your wedding. Mariana says, Don't worry about it, you don't need to apologize for anything because in fact you did me a favor and ended up opening my eyes. But look, I'm looking for the waiter, haven't you seen him around? Gone, I was looking for him. Jennifer says, The waiter at the hotel, yeah, I met him, but he doesn't work there anymore. He told me he asked for the bill and was leaving. Mariana says, It must be a mistake because I just saw him and they didn't tell me anything that he had asked for the bill. Jennifer says, He told me he wasn't working there anymore, I just bumped into him and he told me that. Mariana says, But do you know where he was going? Jennifer speaks, He was going there. Ariana thanks her and runs out looking for Bruno, walks a few blocks and ends up running into Bruno. Mariana says, Bruno, wait, please. He looks at her and says, But what are you doing here for you to be getting married? Mariana says, I'm glad I managed to find you, I came here to talk to you. Once again I want to apologize to you for everything that happened and I came here to confess that that night was also a very special day for me. Maybe it was been the best of my life until today I fell in love with you, and today I found out that you are the person I want for my life. Bruno says, But I don't understand, Mariana, when I leave the hotel you were determined to get married, what happened? Mariana says, I don't want to marry Isaac, I don't even love him, he was just doing it, because I've known him since I was a kid and I realized how bad he was doing to me. And I don't want to spend the rest of my life, I want you, Bruno. Bruno says, How good it is to hear that from you, Mariana, but at the same time that I thought I found the love of my life I believed I had lost you. I even thought about disturbing your marriage, but I couldn't do that if it wasn't that you wanted, but I'm very happy now that you're here. What did you think of this story? What would you do?